Jeff and Jeremy in the Morning podcast brought to you commercial free by another podcast. You've subscribed to ours, now subscribe to theirs. It's the Slow County Real Estate Podcast with Hal Swayze. When you're done with this, go listen to something that will actually enrich your life. California DRE 011111911.
Jeff and Jeremy in the Morning. Your daily grab bag from nuggets of wisdom to nuggets of way dumb. KZOZ-FM San Luis Obispo.
Here comes Dumbass of the Day, brought to you by Davis Water Conditioning. You've heard of Forever Chemicals. There's over 5,000 Forever Chemicals, according to the FDA, the Food and Drug Administration. Not the FUG. Not the FUG. The Food and Drug Administration. They're in our water.
Drug Administration.
Yeah, they're ugly. They're ugly. Forever Chemicals are ugly. And Davis Water Conditioning is going to clean it up. They've got solutions to keep those forever chemicals out of your home. Check out their water conditioning systems. Go to daviswaterconditioning.com.
How pathetic can some people be?
Saying about this, though, what do you think the employee discount is? At the dollar store. Do you think it's just take it? I don't know if you guys are afraid of identity theft, but I just went out and bought a paper shredder. Yeah. I love it. Shred everything, receipts, the manual. I love that the paper shredder came with a manual, because that's the first to go.
Dumbass of the Day. 93.3 KZOZ.
I was at the dollar store the other day. I was so mad. Because there's this thing we buy, but I think that the dollar store version is probably not as good as the one we buy online. We love this thing. I love this thing. It is the best product ever. I've mentioned it before on the program. It is basically a squeegee for your carpets. It gets like the pet hair up, so it's really good on stairs, and we use it for our area rugs as well. Because
is it metal?
For whatever reason.
Is it metal?
No. It is rubber. It is rubber. Oh. Silicone rubber, and it grabs the hair as you push through it.
You buy this at the dollar store?
Yes. So I'm at the dollar store looking for carabiners the other day, which they don't have that there. But they had, I'm walking through the cleaning area, and I look over to the right. I'm like, what the hell? I buy that thing for $15 every year and a half on Amazon. You're telling me it's going to be $1.25? I wanted to grab all of them and had to keep them for the rest of my life.
What is this, a Dollar Tree? Like, what's the name of the store?
Yeah, it was Dollar Tree.
Okay,
it was Dollar Tree.
I'm gonna go get one because
I was so mad that, and we just bought a new one. It'll last a year and a half. But I was like, God, maybe I should get a couple of backups, or put one in every car type thing. But then I started thinking, is dollar store quality though? Is it gonna hold up as good as the one that I buy online?
See, my wife bought two. One's a handheld. One's got like a mop handle on it.
Yes.
For like doing carpets, but they're metal on the end, and I worry about fabric. I worry about the metal catching and then tearing. Yeah, so I'm going to check these out. Okay.
Ours are not. It's a harder rubber that makes the frame of it. But.
So the 99-cent store, the dollar store, the Dollar Tree, they must have done really well, because now there's the Dollar General, which there's one by my parents' house in Lake Havasu. There's several actually in that town. One. Yeah, it's not a dollar store. I don't think there's anything for $1 in there. I mean, there probably is. It's a normal store. It's like, it's got a little bit of everything. You buy beer there, you buy soda, you buy tomato juice, making a lot of stuff to make drinks.
Every time we drive by a Dollar General, I always ask my wife, I'm like, hey, do you want to stop in there? She's like, no. Yeah. I'm like, I've never been to one.
Tobacco products. It's like a convenience store on steroids. Dog food, cat food, dishware. And then food, canned food, boxed, chips.
Next weekend, it's 3-day weekend. I'm gonna make it my point to stop by the Dollar General in San Miguel.
That's where the closest is.
Yeah, it's the only one I know of. Anywhere in this area.
Yeah. So, anyways, this today's story took place at a Family Dollar, which, looking at the surveillance video,
they have one of those in Avenel. I drive by it.
Okay, I think it's like a Dollar General. I think it's like one of those because it looks big and it's got a lot of stuff.
They have one. I think they have one, or they had to do one in Morro Bay. I'm not sure if they still do. But anyways, okay, go.
This happened in Polk County, Florida. Police are looking for a man and a woman who stole about $500 worth of cleaning supplies from the family dollar store. All of the employees were a little upset because they took so much cleaning supplies, there wasn't much left, and they ended up needing them because their plan was this husband and wife, or this man and woman, the cops are calling them Mr. Clean and Mrs. Dookie. The plan was she would distract the staff by taking a number 2 in one of the aisles, and then
Mr. Clean and Mrs. Not So Clean?
Yeah, why Mr. Clean, the other guy, cleaned out all the cleaning supplies into a cart and wheeled it out the door. She was the
Brilliant plan.
the decoy. Yeah. So anyways, they don't have them, but they have their faces. And they're putting it out on the news in Polk County, Florida. And so it's only a matter of time before this man and woman, she pooped and he ran, a poop and run. A runny poop. That's a new meaning for a runny poop. He ran,
Absolutely.
she pooped. Anyways, for cleaning supplies at a dollar store. I mean, if you're going to subject yourself to something like that, I mean, I would think you would. But who knows? It's a rough economy right now. People are struggling to the point where they're like, honey, let's go eat a big breakfast at the...
Why would you take that much in cleaning supplies? You must own a cleaning supply business. Like, that's where my first, as an investigator, that's where my first...
Can you make drugs with
Line up
cleaning
thought.
supplies? I mean, I don't know.
I have no idea.
Anyways,
You would know more about that than me.
congratulations to Mr. Clean and Mrs. Dookie. You are Jeff and Jeremy's.
Dumbass of the day. It's Jeff and Jeremy in the morning on 93.3 KZOZ.
On demand at KZOZ.com. Don't forget, this show is podcast. Thanks to our friends at Team Swayze. Go to KZOZ.com or wherever you listen to your podcast. Just
Actually-
search Jeff and Jeremy in the morning.
Usually I have a question out to Team Swayze right now. They're actually very easy to reach. Oh, and it comes down to like, I need something done on my property. They're like, oh yeah, we know somebody who can do that. And then, you could do that. I was like, you really want those phone calls? He's like, yeah, sure. It's fine.
What, resource? Like if I need somebody to come clear all the dead brush around the perimeter of my home?
They probably have some abatement people that they work with that they can refer to you. Then they only work with,
I hear really good things about? Two Mexicans.
1993.
2 Mexicans hauling. They'll haul anything. It doesn't matter if it's a couch or leaves.
What a great successful business. Here's why. 2 Mexicans started as their thing. They did it. Yep. Now there are at least a dozen different junk haulers in the area.
So what you're saying is now there's 12 Mexicans.
Well, no, they've all, I don't know, they're all junk haulers, but they all realized, oh my gosh, these guys, pay people people pay them to take their stuff away.
Yeah.
But then also they're able to go through this stuff and say, okay, well, this is not junk. This is junk. This is not junk. This is junk. And then they can make money off the stuff that they grab. It's a really good business model. And there's people out there that don't have the time for it. I don't have the time to go through my stuff and try to sell it on Craigslist.
Or just haul it away, just getting it to the dump or wherever you want to take it.
It's funny. I have a question out to them right now, and I'm waiting for the response. And this is based on a story that to Team Swayze, not the Mexicans, not the 2 Mexicans. There's a story in the New York Post that says, if you want to get your house sold, you paint your door this color. What color do you think it is? Wait, first of all, what color is your door on your house?
I have a wood stained door, so it's
So do I. Yeah, wood grain.
It looks like a darker redwood stain almost. Maybe not redwood,
Right.
but
Does it match the floors behind you?
it's a little bit darker, like the darker pieces.
Okay. Ours is wood grain as well. We inherited it. I mean, when we bought the house, it wasn't like we put it on there. When we lived in our old house, my wife wanted a red door. So she painted the door red. It was yellow prior. She painted it red because she wanted a red door on the house. According to this story in the New York Post, if the best way to get your house the attention that it needs, and I disagree with this. I think it's a bad look for a house, but I think it depends on where you live. And maybe this is more of a trend back east. You paint the door blue. If you're selling your house, you paint the door blue, and it's more likely to be sold. I would think not. I would think you go with a muted color.
I would be like, the first thing I'm doing is changing the color of that door.
Yeah, I'm like, or it could be
Unless
enough
it's
to
like
turn
a
me off
slate
of the
grayish blue, maybe like more of like a subtle.
This is straight up royal blue.
We got a house down the street. It's all blue with white trim, and we're talking. It's like remember bubblegum machines when we were kids.
Yes,
you put in
yeah.
And that blue bubble gum, like that blue ball, that's the color of it. It's so bright. It's royal blue, right?
That's how the door is. That's what the door looks like.
No, thank you.
I know. Like, isn't that that's bad information that the New York Post is putting out? Because at least for you and I go look at this house. I'm like, oh God, I don't want to deal with a house that's been upkept by somebody who decided to paint the door blue.
Well, outside of that, and when you talk to Hal and his team, I really think a front door makes the house. Like, that can push you over the edge on buying the house. If somebody puts a really nice door in, like, I love our door. Yeah, our door it's like, I think it's 7 or 8 feet tall. It's taller than your average door. It might be 8 feet tall. And
you can stand on your own shoulders and walk through it, right?
And it's got locks that go all the way down it because it's so freaking big. You can't just have one. It's got 3 locks. So when you turn one lock, it does all 3. It's the coolest door I've ever seen. Huh?
Aren't most doors like 8 feet?
Okay, I'm telling you right now, it's tall. It's taller than your average door. I don't know how tall I am. I know I'm 5'8". It's a lot taller than I am. I've lived in a lot of places. This door is
a lot
taller than any door I've ever been next to.
You were able to live in places that had shorter doors, whereas other people weren't.
You know what I'm going to do? I've got a tape measure behind me. I'm going to measure this son of a bitch. All right, here we go.
I bet you it's higher than 8. If you think it's so big, or maybe not, maybe it's just 7. If it's 7, if you're just joining us, Jeremy's measuring his door because he thinks it's really big at 8 feet. And I was like, well, 8 feet is pretty tall, actually, when you think about it, for a door. Because I walk through my door at my house, and I've got probably 6 inches, 8 inches clearance. So it's like, it's probably 7 feet. I think most doors are 7 feet. If you know how most doors, what the size of most doors are, 805, 543, 3693, a standard size for an exterior door, for the door into your house. Let me guess. 8 feet, 7 feet.
9.5 feet.
Oh, God, that's a huge door then. Because I was just going over it while you were measuring it. I was going over it, and I was thinking, okay, how tall is my door? And I've probably got a foot clearance. So I'm 6 feet tall, so it's 7 feet tall is our front door. Yeah. So, because you do have to allow, our ceilings are like 8.5, I think. Damn. So it's super tall. 9.5 feet tall.
9.5 feet tall.
Put a basketball hoop over that thing. That's regulation almost,
like,
man.
Son of a bitch. Look at that, 6 feet right there. All the way up there. Yeah. That's
yeah.
Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. It's 8 foot, not 9.
Yeah. Okay.
It's 90. Hold on. It's 96 inches, I think, is what it is.
Well, we went over last week how bad at math we are. So.
Well, no. I'm not a carpenter. It's 96 inches, 8 feet tall, which is still pretty damn tall.
I don't think you have to be a carpenter. Your uncle used to have to measure people before they get on the ride at the fair. On the zipper.
Yeah, but he didn't use. He knows.
He didn't deal numbers that high.
He didn't use a tape measure. Hey, do you know how to read a tape measure? You know what 5/8 is and all that. You know how to find that? On my tape measure at a foot, it tells you that it's 1 foot, and then at 24 inches, but there's little lines in between. There's an inch. There's an inch and a half.
Yeah.
There's an inch and 5/8 before that, and then
yes.
Okay.
The half one is the second biggest one. The quarters are also the same size as the half.
Yeah,
and then everything littler than that is eighths.
Anyways, I didn't learn that until I was helping my buddy build his cabin.
What would your wife do if you painted your door blue?
She might kick me in the. Yeah, I don't know. It'd be bad. It would be bad.
Good thing no shoes are allowed in your house.
She's like, hey, can you come outside with me for a minute? Wow.
Let me put my shoes on. I want to show you.
Jeff and Jeremy in the morning.
So let me ask you this as a parent, because I'm not a parent and I'm accused of being insensitive to kids all the time. And you say I hate kids. I don't. But just because I don't choose to have any.
I think the word I choose is loathe.
I like kids that behave. And I like being around kids. They're fun. They're funny. Kids say funny stuff. They catch you off guard. They're not guarded like an adult. That's what I like about kids. But anyways, this woman decides to have her 30th birthday party, and she tells all her friends, this is a woman now, that she doesn't want any kids at her party. And one of her friends just had a new baby, and the baby's a month old, and she's like, well, I want to bring my baby to your party, and I'm coming to your party. Now, to me, I think that's very selfish as the newborn's mother. Listen, this woman, it's her birthday. All her friends are going to be there, and she asked you not to bring your kid. And now you're making it about you more than you're making it about the person that's having a birthday. Oh, I'm going to bring, I don't have a babysitter, whatever it is. Well, then you're not going. Am I crazy to think that? Like, isn't that selfish?
Well, isn't it selfish for the person who's having a birthday party to be having a birthday party for themselves and attach?
I don't think it is. It's a birthday party.
I don't know. I'm not a big believer in birthday parties.
So here's the scenario. She's got 10 people.
I'm the wrong guy to ask, but I think once you're over the age of 16, probably should just stop celebrating the birthday party and go and then continue on with your life as if you're.
I know. But you have to understand, this is a person that's a woman. She's look at me. It's my birthday. It's 30. 30's a big one. Is 30 a big one? I don't know.
I don't want to go to that person's birthday. I don't want to go to anybody's birthday where I think it's a look at me situation.
I know you don't want to go to this birthday party.
So you know what I do? I use my kids in that situation.
I know you do.
Sorry, I can't go, kids.
But once again, you're tunnel vision here because you don't want to go to a birthday party.
I'm the worst guy to ask.
So who's the selfish person here? Is the selfish person the woman that's wanting to have a birthday party with adults? Or is the selfish person here the only one out of the 10 people invited that insists on bringing her kid? How about just don't go? Right? Why don't you just not go to the party?
Or mother-daughter bond. Don't
go to the party. If your kid's so important to you, stay home.
There's no need.
Go
to
Chuck E. Cheese or McDonald's or wherever you take a 1-month-old.
Your priorities are changed. How old was the baby?
1 month.
Yeah.
How responsible is it to take it? And they're drinking alcohol, right? She's like, listen, on the invitation, it's not going to be a crazy party, but there's going to be alcohol. It's going to be an adult party. We don't want any kids there. I don't want any kids there because it's my day, and I don't want to have to feel like I have to watch what I say or not swear or just be inappropriate around young people.
I think we're getting caught up in the details, and if you look at it from a 20,000-foot view, this is what you're going to see. You're going to see the person they're both selfish in this instance. The person who is throwing the birthday party for themselves, or maybe somebody's acting like they're throwing the birthday party for them, the 30-year-old, they're like, I want this day to be about me. And the mother who has a 1-month-old baby is like, oh, I got to go to this party and show off my baby. I love my baby. My baby's great. It's a good accomplishment for anybody to have a kid. So they're like, and they're both worried about the hijacking of their day. Now, the mother of the 1-month-old is probably more selfish.
Yes.
Just because she wants to hijack all the attention from her friends.
The birthday 30th. Attention.
But this is women being women. This is how women think. No offense to women, but I think that oftentimes, you guys get a little catty with each other. That's fine, whatever. I mean, it is what it is. So, yes, I would say that the mother is a little bit more catty, but both are catty. Because
is it not okay?
If you're truly friends, everybody's going to be fine with it. Hey, I'm bringing my kid. Okay, cool. That's fine. We'll work around it. Not like, no, your kid is not allowed here. When you're telling me, no, your kid is not allowed here, you are telling me that you fully want all the attention on you as a 30-year-old.
What is wrong with that? What is wrong with just being around adults?
I've never had this need for attention. from
This
my
is not
peers.
about a need for an attention. Why can't you just
Oh, yeah,
go
that-
hang around with
wholeheartedly.
adults? Why can we not have kid-free zones?
It's wholeheartedly about you. And I mean, many people with children would probably argue that your point of view, in
I
general,
would say
is
a lot of
is
people
a
that have
selfish point
kids
of
would
view.
argue that it's not really the best idea to bring a baby
Oh,
that's
yeah.
1 month
I
old
wouldn't-
to a party where people are drinking.
I mean, I would lead with, sorry, I have a kid and I'm with the kid that day and he's 1 month old.
So this
Not
is
gonna
what
be able to
happens.
make it.
This is what happens. That friend now gets uninvited to everything this woman does because she doesn't want to deal with her and her kid. Like, listen,
That's fine.
all right.
You lost friends. But that's fine because your kids are better friends to you than anybody who is going to throw themselves a 30th birthday party and wants all the attention for themselves.
God, you were just so like tunnel visioned on this. You were
No,
so
no,
weird
this
ever
is how-
since you became
this
a
is-
dad.
No, if anything,
I understand
no,
that it
it's-
changes
I'm
everything,
simplifying.
but you can
it's
never
not
have any
television.
adult time. Like you can never just be
It's-
adults. Like everything has to be with a kid there. Like that's
I
not
hang
how
out with
the world
adults
was.
8
that's not
hours
how
a day.
society
Is that not enough?
Is
40 hours a
designed.
week of hanging out with adults is not enough?
No, I'm just saying it's like.
And then some on top of that, outside of
When is the
of
last
work?
time you and your wife did something without your kids?
We go to dinner every once in a while. I would say every
So
2 or
selfish.
3 months.
So selfish of you guys.
Yeah,
I can't believe
I
you do
know.
that. Can't believe you do that. So selfish.
But it's not because
Why is it
we're
any
just going
different?
out-
Why is it any different if you two have adult time away from your kids and go to dinner versus this woman having 1 day a year she has a birthday, she wants to have no kids there? Why is there any
Because
difference?
I don't want to hang out with anybody that places rules on me for my participation because of
Oh, you got
their,
like small man's disease. You're not going to tell me what to do.
No, because of their need for attention. I'm not going to
You're
surround myself
You're
with those
deflecting.
people.
It's not her need for attention. It's her birthday. It's her birthday. And if she doesn't want kids there, she should have every right to say no kids there. And if you don't want to go, then you don't have to go.
My
But to
question is,
force the fact that you're going to bring your kid, like that's selfish.
well, I wouldn't do that.
And that's
I
bitchy,
wouldn't
and
do
that's,
that.
That's not a good person.
And that's why I say both are selfish.
And
So
now I
I'm
don't
not
just hate
looking
you,
at
but
it.
I hate you and your kid. That's
It's
kind
not.
of
It's
what you're,
not
what
tunnel
you're looking
view.
for.
It's not tunnel vision. You keep saying it's tunnel vision. If anything, it is a broad look at the situation on both sides and making
You only
a
see
judgment.
that one side. You only see the side that this woman is selfish because she doesn't want to have kids at her birthday.
No,
party. She's
I
a
think
grown ass
that-
woman. She doesn't have
Did
any
you not
kids.
hear the
All her
words?
friends don't have kids. She has one friend that has a kid, and she asked her not to bring it, and now the woman's
Did
making
you not?
an issue out of
Did you
it.
not hear the words that came out of my mouth? I said the mother and with the 1 month old is a little bit more selfish.
A little bit more. No, she's a lot more selfish.
No, I don't think she's a lot more selfish because anybody is like, oh, look at me. Like, that's pretty selfish.
A lot of the other
by
women-
way, everybody's got to wear the same color and we got to go to the places that I want to go to. And like, no, I don't want to do that.
A lot of the other
Let's go
women
out and have
said,
fun
"Listen."
without rules.
They're actually perplexed that she wanted to bring the kid. She says, as a new mom, it
As
might
am
do
I.
her some good to get a small break away from her baby.
As am I. Oftentimes, and these people don't understand because they're not mothers. Oftentimes, a month, I could tell you for the first 6 months of our firstborn, we didn't do anything without her. Nothing at all.
I understand that. But my thing is, this mother is
Outside
putting
of the
this
one time
party,
that your wife watched her when we went to a concert.
Yeah.
That's the only time.
But this woman is, I don't know. It's just like, okay, fine. You're a mom. Then just don't.
You
go,
want
you
me-
miss the party. My point is,
If anybody has tunnel
if you're
vision
not-
in this
hold
discussion,
on.
it's you
Will
because
let
you
me
want me to agree with you,
No, will you
and
just-
it's not black and white.
You wouldn't even let me finish my statement.
Well, I'm just telling you that
Can I finish what
you
I was
come
going to
across
say?
as the tunnel vision, not me.
Can I tell you what I was going to say? If you're
Go
a
ahead.
mom and you've chosen to have a baby and bring somebody into this world, and there's going to be things you have to sacrifice for that, right?
Right, absolutely.
And one of them is going to be going to an adults only birthday party. So quit
Mm-hmm.
making a big deal about it. Shut up and stay home with your baby.
She shouldn't make a big deal about it. You're right. She's been
But she
selfish for
is.
making a big deal
She is
about
making
it.
a big deal about it.
But she also probably doesn't understand yet the responsibility and the jobs that come along with being a parent because it's only been a month.
You're listening to somebody who has kids and somebody who doesn't have kids. Disagree and agree at the same time.
And you're looking at somebody who doesn't have kids, who purposefully did not have kids because he wants to do the things that he wants to do in life. And I don't disrespect that. I'm just saying that
Yes.
You also don't like to be told what to do because if you had kids, you'd be told what to do.
This isn't about me. This is about you and your tunnel vision.
There's no tunnel vision. It's a broad perspective.
Jeff and Jeremy in the Morning podcast brought to you commercial free by another podcast. You've subscribed to ours, now subscribe to theirs. It's the Slow County Real Estate Podcast with Hal Swayze. When you're done with this, go listen to something that will actually enrich your life. California DRE 01111 911.